Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, August 17th, 2025. So, in doing this crossword, did you look at the Sunday and think, oh, this feels like a second Saturday?
Well, yeah. Yeah, it was a tough go for me. I just couldn't seem to get things to sort of gel in this puzzle. I like put words in, I take them out, I put them back in, and I don't know, it just didn't seem to be meshing like when you solve Tuesday or Wednesday or even Thursday. And I never figured out the theme. I was able to answer the themed answers with the crosses, but I never really figured it out. And I should have looked at the title of the puzzle because that would have given me a good clue as to what was going on. But I forgot to do that. So anyway, yeah, it was a real struggle.
But you got through it.
I did get through it.
That's what counts.
I guess so.
And it did have a theme.
Yes, it did. And the name of the puzzle was Ixnay That, which of course is Pig Latin for nix that. And so, yeah, all the theme clues were Pig Latin. Although you wouldn't know it because they didn't look like, Pig Latin. The clues were kind of funny, punny questions, and the answers were likewise, but they were actually written in Pig Latin. And if you translated them from the Pig Latin, you got a common phrase. The answers actually answered the silly clues, but the Pig Latin was the common phrase. So, for example, the first one was 22 across, one of the better morning beverages. And the answer there was not your average OJ, which answers the clue. But if you read it as Pig Latin, that OJ would be translated into Joe. And so you get the common phrase, not your average Joe. So, which is also a beverage, but anyway, I think they were just going for a common phrase. The next one was 37 across, which just really befuddled me. But the clue was just one inning left after this, and the answer was the eighth underway. But of course, underway could be Pig Latin and would be translated into wonder. And so then the common phrase was the eighth wonder, like the eight wonders of the world. So that went on and on throughout the puzzle. And there were some that were a little more cryptic than others. One that was pretty straightforward is actually the last one, 110 across, give an extra perk to a cigarette smoker? And the answer was toss in the ashtray. But of course, ashtray is Pig Latin for trash. So toss in the trash is the common phrase there. So we had jumbo entree as an answer, which of course would translate to jumbotron if you were reading it without the Pig Latin. We had extra old bay, which translates into extra bold if you translate from the Pig Latin. So just a lot of rather interesting answers. Oh, the last one was, I think, to eBay or not to eBay, which of course translates to be or not to be from the Pig Latin. So anyway, that was the theme. It was actually very clever, but boy, it just really went over my head. I'm sorry to say. So.
Well, it was, I found it to be quite a challenging crossword. There were several places where I just had no idea, like 20 across the island with ferries to Ibiza. I was sure it was Majorca.
Oh, yes.
But it turned out to be MINORCA.
I didn't even know Minorca was an island.
Right. I didn't either.
I got the M, and that's what I thought too, Majorca. But no, that didn't work with the crosses.
Right. Well, see, I didn't know the crosses because 8 down was round table title and it was Sir, S-I-R. And that's what I thought it should be. But then I seem to remember once we had a round table title and it was a variant spelling. So I
Oh.
didn't trust that it had to be an I. And of course, the next one down was Spanish, so I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Una.
I also didn't know 51 down Latin for only was solum.
Yes.
And that crossed 68 across Sephora competitor. No idea.
Ulta. We've had that before. But
Right.
yeah, if you've never shopped there, I can understand. You wouldn't know
I
that.
have not shopped there, no. And then we had 48. Let's see. So the 60 across, that seasoning preference when eating Maryland blue crab was extra Old Bay.
Right.
No idea what that means.
Old Bay is a seasoning. It's a special seasoning for fish, Old Bay.
See, as a vegetarian, I don't know about Old Bay. And I didn't know 49 down. The emperor who founded the Mughal Empire was Babur.
No, I didn't know that one either. I'd get that from the crosses.
Right. So I was being naticked all over the place.
Oh,
Yeah.
too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes puzzles are just not in your realm of knowledge, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, they're mainly ones by Sam Ezersky.
Yeah, he always has a very challenging puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was especially challenging for a Sunday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there were some good clues in here.
Oh, yeah.
I certainly studied this grid long enough that I ought to know them. We had they're paving the way. Yesterday we had pavers in the grid, and today we had road gang.
Right.
We had another one I didn't know was one down. Actor Will of BoJack Horseman was Will Arnett.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
That would have been helpful.
Right. Yes.
I didn't know 31 down. The largest college fraternity in the U.S. familiarly was Sig Ep.
That's right.
Which I'm assuming is short for Sigma Epsilon, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There was one in here that I can't remember where it is, but was there one that was like a tau? Like it was maybe that was a different puzzle. I'm sorry. Never mind.
All right.
But 66, was it 66 or 86? 86 down. That took me a bit, but no, not 86.
Because
81, or no. Oh, yeah, it looks like 86.
86 down was...
Yeah, progressive initials in the U.S. Congress.
Right.
I couldn't figure out what that was. It turned out to be AOC.
Really?
I wasn't even thinking of a person. I was thinking of, some sort of a committee or something. but yeah, AOC. She's a very progressive politician.
That was one that I got straight off.
Oh, well, good.
The one and only.
I doubt that.
Methuselah's father was 88 down was Enoch.
That's right.
And I wasn't sure about that, but it turned out to be correct.
Uh-huh.
And it crossed 106 across. The middle sound of silence was schwa.
Schwa, yes.
That was sort of cute.
I liked 83 down. It made me mad that I didn't get this right away. Spin a yarn, perhaps. Crochet.
Mm-hmm. 116 across. Blank Attucks, Revolutionary War casualty who posthumously became an abolitionist symbol was Crispus.
Yes.
Crispus Attucks.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't know that, and I was a little bit wobbly on the crosses, but it looked like it could be okay.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's, of course, you were Canadian, studying Canadian history, but if you took American history, you knew that name. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Crispus never showed up.
Yeah.
103 across was the government at times taxer.
Yeah, that's
and that
true.
crossed the very interesting 53 down, what might confirm the worst for an athlete's injury, emotional X-ray.
Yeah.
Which I take is going to be, so is that another Pig Latin phrase?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's emotional X-ray would be Rex. So emotional, like emotional wreck, maybe it could be what they're saying.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Emotional wreck. So they did have one going down.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, I think they had another one too, 15 down. And again, this doesn't look like Pig Latin, but it was one of the best coffee beverages ever, and it was all-time Olay.
Right.
Which could be all-time low.
Low.
So, So yeah, you look at that, and it would just not conjure up. Oh, that's Pig Latin. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, some of them were very stretching it when it came to Pig Latin.
And it's interesting, they've got clues running across and down.
Uh-huh.
Usually they pick a direction, maybe less on a Sunday.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So,
So
all right. Well, this again was by Sam Ezersky, his 60th New York Times crossword.
wow.
And that is it for the crossword, but it's Sunday, which means it's time for Jam Katwa, the Gene and Mike Crossword of the Week Award, where
Right.
we look back through the crosswords of the previous week and pick out what we deem to be the very best. And this week we picked
Thursday
and Saturday. It was a tie.
It was a tie. Two really great puzzles that we really enjoyed. Thursday was by Jean Louise de Veras, someone with my name, although spelled differently. And it was all about Jeopardy, which is just such a popular show and one that is loved by so many people. And all the clues were questions, written as questions, and the answers were written as the kind of questions you would ask in a Jeopardy game. The clues were also written to remind you of Jeopardy, because they started with what a contestant would say, like 23 across. Let's go with nicknames the same for $400. They always have to choose their category and their dollar level. And in that case, it was Bruce Springsteen, Lance Armstrong, and Melissa McCarthy in a 2016 comedy. And the answer, which was in the form of a question, was, who's the boss? Those are all bosses, or their nicknames were the boss. And so written as a form of a question, as it would have to be in Jeopardy, that was the answer. So, and we had what's the tea and what is love, and let's see, it seemed like there's, and when who's who were some of the other themed answers. So Jeopardy.
All right.
Loved it.
Again by Jean Louise de Vera. And then we also had Saturdays. This was by Byron Walden, and it was an exceptionally tough crossword, but the clues were just fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And there were, just to give you an idea, 19 debut answers.
Oh, really?
In a grid that didn't have a lot of clues because it was so much white space. So, I mean,
Wow.
it was pretty fantastic.
That's pretty amazing.
Clues like
definitely deserves Camp Champlain.
right, and lots of places where you were learning things that you simply didn't know before, like Évariste Blanc, 19th century French math prodigy for whom a differential theory is named Galois. The 27 across melancholy 1964 #1 hit for Bobby Vinton, Mr. Lonely.
Yep. One of your favorites, I know.
One of my favorites, yes, indeed.
Listen to our podcast, you'll hear how much
Right.
Mike likes Mr. Lonely.
We had 37 across, swim there can be worn as shorts, was Boardies, which is in fact a brand name. I just thought it was sort of a general category,
Yeah.
but there's a company called Boardies.
Oh, wow.
And listeners, if you check back yesterday's podcast, there's a link to Boardies, and you can buy all the Boardies you need.
Okay.
Anyways, it was another great crossword again by Byron Walden. So, Gene and or Byron, if you feel so inclined, drop us a line, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. Include t-shirt size and a shipping address, and we'll have your Jam Katwa certificate, as well as some fantastic Northeast Wisconsin swag winging its way towards you in no time.
Yep.
That is it for today. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Yep.
We will be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of what we hope is going to be an easier crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.